find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a stunner. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Alright, today I think the next one I'm gonna put on the next video. This is video number 2, but it's gonna be on PYTE. Today is July 29, 2026. It is 2:30 p.m. So this is video number 2. So there's some tweets that I gather and I felt I should put them over here. So let's go on X. First tweet. Okay, dear Meghan, thank you for the joyful summer pics. I particularly like the pics, the picture of you and Harry having good time. It shows you always have each other's back. Keep being you. See, they disrupt the UK visit to keep you away from the headlines, but you are everywhere thanks to your MasterChef gig. Alright, exactly. Meghan should keep being her authentic self. Never listen to her bitter, jealous critics and haters. They always end up copying her anyway. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I started sneezing. Okay, so there's that. I believe this is an old tweet that someone retweeted again, April 20th. Okay, Pauline, your judge of MasterChef, was asked about working with Meghan. What's coming this season? She called Meghan delightful, easygoing, funny, and very professional, saying she fit judging naturally and loves food. She pushed back on trolling, calling her a lovely human. Oh my God, I love her energy. Not only on the preview and that video and the MasterChef and that surprise of the banana bread. I thought that was very sweet of her. Very sweet of her. I like her energy. Okay, 1 minute and 42 seconds screenshot.
This is such a huge week, obviously the return of MasterChef, but Poe, you're usually the only royalty in any kitchen that you step into.
Oh, please.
But you had to share the crown with none other than Meghan Markle. What was she like?
There's so much public conjecture about this. She was so delightful, like nothing but praise for the time that we spent for her. Very easygoing, good sense of humour, like consummate professional. I mean, she's an actor, right? So she just slid right into that judging role like seamlessly.
Did she seem to like food? Yeah, did she seem like food?
She loves food. Yeah.
There is a lot, said about her. She gets a lot of trolling. Was she genuinely lovely, or can you see why people may not like her?
No. Genuinely, like, I think it's very interesting because when you drill down, no one can actually really say why. It's one of those situations. And at the end of the day, like, I really feel for her because she's still a human. There's an emotional human at the end of that when all this hatred that people are, like, spitting out. No, she was honestly so lovely.
Was Harry there as well or not?
No, he wasn't there.
Okay.
MasterChef is back and we're so excited. Why do people need to watch this season?
I think we've just got the most beautiful bunch of newbies, and I love that this year. You need to watch in the next couple of nights though, because we're doing the audition process again on screen.
Oh, I love
So we're
that.
picking from the top 40, the judges. So we're really excited by this breaker format, which is really going back to the original format.
Oh, gee.
And I feel like the food's super relatable. Like it's back to just normal cooking.
Okay, I really like her energy. There was a clip that was, I'm probably gonna search for it, where they were just having normal conversation and they were asking if Harry likes spicy food or whatnot, and the way they were asking the question, you could see they were at ease with her. Let me pause. Okay, first let me read some of the comments and go search for it. It's really beginning to irritate my soul when people keep asking what she is really like. They then look convinced. I suppose this is what a smear campaign is meant to do. All right, Meghan is delightful and the trolling doesn't match up. Well done, Po. Definitely handled the nonsense trend before it could pull out of the station. That Meghan is nice is not news. Judged by the foot, lifting up those around her, going and giving where there is need. Most significant, not cursing those who want to see her fail. The only thing better than Australia or the Australian people, Meghan and Harry Sussex quote. All right, let me pause and go search for that little conversation they were having. Hopefully I find it. Okay, I think this is this video. She's so relatable, like the royal family miss out big time. All right, the conversation, the at ease. There's one where, let's see, what's her name? Po, asks her question, it just flow through the ease as if the camera wasn't even there. All right, so let's watch.
What is your favorite dish to cook for the family?
Tough one. It's a tough one because I have a lot of palates to appease. My husband, being from the UK, loves a lot of meat, potatoes, cream sauce. California girl, I like grilled fish, grilled meats, lots of citrus. I just like using really pure natural herbs and spices. You know, again, if you can pull fresh herbs like, do you say herbs or herbs here?
We say herbs.
You
Please
do?
keep saying herbs.
But we love it.
Okay.
Join the club.
Yeah, good, very good. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna do another one now. Say basil. You say basil, right? Oregano is the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Oregano also. Oh, funny. So any great fresh herbs and spices. I actually like a lot of heat in my food. So anything with a little bit of spiciness, not too much where it's overpowering, but really balancing out the flavors and mixing a little savory and sweet, I think is always helpful. So just be playful.
Is hubby into the spicy food?
He can handle a really good curry.
Oh,
yeah, he
good,
does
good.
well. He does well. You know, but we just do a lot of barbecues because the weather is really nice, and of course use whatever's seasonal and available. And the kids are great eaters. We're very lucky on that front. I know. I know. The kids jump in a lot, especially with the garden. I think it's such a nice luxury to be able to have so much space and things to cook. And if they say, Mama, can I have dessert? You say, if you can pick it, you can have it.
You can't pick chocolate.
No, you can't pick chocolate, which is great. So you can go pick a nice piece of fruit or whatnot. But no, we always have a nice, as my husband would say, pud after dinner. But I think what's really sweet is that they all chip in. Family time, I think, is really key to connect through food. So as many meals as we can do together, we always do.
Okay, so it was right here. I wanted you guys to completely listen to it instead of me stopping. I've already shared it. So there's the part here. I think it was around here where Po asked her so fluently, like they're having a real conversation, as if the camera wasn't even there. Does he really like spicy food?
Basil, right?
Oregano is the other one.
Oh, yeah. Funny. So any great fresh herbs and spices. I actually like a lot of heat in my food. So anything with a little bit of spiciness, not too much where it's overpowering, but really balancing out the flavors and mixing a little savory and sweet, I think is always helpful. So just be playful.
Is hubby into the spicy food?
Right there.
He can handle a really
Right
good
there,
curry.
yeah.
So just be playful.
Is hubby into the spicy food?
He can handle a really good curry.
I like the way she asked it. Does Harry really like into spicy food? You could see the flow as if the camera wasn't even there. And the other thing as well, which I highlighted in one of my videos where I first mentioned it, is that where Meghan was saying it's a luxury to have the garden. And what that made me think of is the fact that now she could afford to have a big place, to have garden and whatnot, unlike when she was younger. I think it was around this time. Let's see here.
It's such a nice luxury to be able to have so much space and things to cook. And if they say, Mama, can I have?
Okay, when she said the luxury thing. All right, so that's pretty much it. I went over this tweet already. I literally grabbed it from my previous video that I did yesterday. Okay, next tweet. Oops. Okay, who remembers the blind test? It seems so long ago. The bittersweet irony of them loving Meghan's gem when all they wanted was to tear her down. I like when those start bringing those memories. As you can hear from the beginning, there's a music, so I'm gonna change it. Okay.
Don't like the texture. Doesn't taste like nothing at all. I think this one is my favorite.
Quite nice, bright kind of jam flavour. Feels like slightly thicker. This is more of a serious jam, I think. But I have absolutely no idea. So it is a lot tartar, a lot more, a bit more fruity. It's got a bit more of a zing to it. I think this is my favourite. This one I feel like I'm nosing around in Montecito. Yeah, in a raspberry bush.
I quite like that one. I think that one's my favourite.
That jam is very nice. I really like jam number 3. It's got more of a wild berries kind of taste. It doesn't have one flavour. It's kind of complex.
I think Meghan's is this one.
I think number 3 is Meghan.
Okay, so they all pick Meghan's gem. Okay, so there's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, about charity. Let's pause. Okay, it's not a video. She didn't support charities because she was expected to. She supported charities because she wanted to. Oh yeah, even in the engagement interview, where she said she will do support charities that she aligned herself with. I have that video. I'll put the clip where she was talking about charities that she will, the type of charities that she will support. Okay, join us, Meghan Markle and the TIG to support hunger relief with the help of Breaker and the Wish Big collection. Learn more about Meghan's Why I Feed America Why I Feed America story and why she joined the fight to end hunger. All right, so that was back in 2014. All right, in other words, I'm telling you, the squad be coming with some receipt. The squad was showing this, that she's been doing it for a very long time. It's not because she married Harry. Okay, December 31st, 2014.
Everything, all the stars were aligned. Everything was just perfect. It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life. And the fact that I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well, is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved with various causes. You've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, how...
Sing.
Can you imagine? No, I'm not a singer. I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
Well, obviously it's incredibly exciting, and yes, I think for me it's been a very long time working on cause-driven work, specifically with women and girls' rights. But you know, to see the model of the foundation is really interesting, because while I've worked with larger NGOs, I've also worked with really small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape. What you're seeing here, and what I noticed with Heads Together from a global perspective, because I wasn't here obviously when it was happening, was the power of convening all of these smaller organizations who have the same issue but need that extra push and support. Under this umbrella, you're able to achieve that, and the impact they all made with Heads Together was tremendous. So I'm very excited to be able to work on initiatives similarly and that can have that same sort of impact globally.
Touched on it before. You have, it's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
Okay, Harry was not even the periphery. Okay, before Harry was even a thought. while having a fashion show to promote herself. Well, unlike Kate, she didn't need to show her underwear to get attention. Charity is universal. People who truly believe in humanity don't expect to be living off taxpayers and palaces, yet not making any impactful difference to people's lives. Taxpayers-funded British royal family call their mediocre performative acts work compared to Duchess of Sussex, who was already changing lives before meeting Prince Harry. Where are the zombies that didn't know Meghan was for the people even before she met her husband Harry? She was way ahead of William. I'm telling you, they be giving some name. Of William and Catalina. God bless our Princess Meghan Sussex forever. Our goal, our billionaire princess who worked hard for her own money. Can a Demanger post something similar to Kate Middleton about the charity work she did during the 10 years she waited for the big blow? I'm trying to see something. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Yeah, they will complain, they will mock, but they know Meghan have been doing some good stuff. All right, next tweet. I love this woman. I love the way she refuses to let UK fake outrage derail her personal agenda. This is what strength means. I think at the beginning, because she didn't experience this type of media. Because when she lived in the US and in Canada, she had good relationship with the media. So I think it was a shock to her to see this is the way they behave. But thank God that she listened to Harry. Because I think Harry gave her a heads up. Even when one of the royal rats wanted to have an interview with her, Harry was like, nope, I think so. But they waited and they never got anything. That's the clip that I'm making reference to.
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace, if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened.
And I think it's because she listened to Harry. Okay, beautiful Princess Meghan. There's the heart here. She is amazing, strong, calm, and not listening to the noise. And she stays focused on what she wants. Yeah, once she understands the way these people operate, and I think she got the hang of it, and she's like, okay, this is how you play. I could play it. I will play it my way. OMG, she is stunning. Look at her beautiful tan. She's been enjoying her summer with her beautiful family. Can't wait to see that movie. There's a heart here. They are irrelevant to her. I hope we all learn from her and start giving attention to the non-entities. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Let's pause. Okay, Meghan made a surprise appearance at the first early screening of their documentary Cookie Queen last night. The Avengers are about to go through this thing again. As Meghan mentioned, my husband and my love, and this conversation talking about the advice her husband, Prince Harry, once gave her. Watch. All right, 49 seconds.
Something my husband told me ages ago, because we all go through experiences and life is full of surprises. But he was a helicopter pilot in the British Army for 10 years. And sometimes on really hard days, remember once he said, yeah, but my love, even if there's a storm happening, above the storm, the sun's always shining. And that's a perspective that only comes when you think about zooming out a little bit. So I think when you really zoom out and think, my gosh, how many things have we gone through that felt hard and then you still get through them? Or how many goals did you think you're not going to hit and then you hit them and you supersede them? So it's so important to maintain that perspective that no matter what feels insurmountable, there's just always that sun shining above it. Something my husband told me.
But you know what that reminds me? I don't think I mentioned it on this channel, PYTE, but on my other channel, Team Sussex, there's a thumbnails that I have with, it's completely gray. Okay, it's like a cloud, gray cloud, but in the center it's blue sky, as if the sun is behind it. This is what that reminds me. That's what that reminds me. And then there was a time I was driving, not me driving, my husband was driving. I was on the passenger side and I look at the window and I saw the sky was just like that. I may have that video somewhere. If I have to search for it, I'm not gonna share it because I have so many videos. So when I saw the sky was like that, it reminded me of that thumbnails, and I took my phone and recorded it. All right, so that's what that remind me of what Meghan was mentioning here. Okay, it's going to be a long day for the Derangers. The Derangers are losing their shit. What sad fuckers they are. Oh, Meghan is such a bless. No, that's only you. That's you. All right, I don't need to finish with this. The Derangers have to come to show that negativity. This is pure evil. Considering the failure, they both are. Okay, if you consider these are failures, okay. For those who wants to read it, this is the time to pause. They never have anything positive to say, but they all over anything that mention her. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's some pictures. She is so cute. There's no comment. There's that. That's a selfie. There she is here. Yeah, she just go where she is accepted and leave the Derangers behind. But yet they still follow her. This is pure evil. This type of behavior is not normal. Okay, Meghan with Howard Cohen, co-president and co-founder Roadside Attraction, and Alyssa Nameas, director and producer of Cookie Queen. Alright, so there's that. There's no comment. Okay, so these are extra. Okay, so this is extra. Meghan attended a special screening of Cookie Queens at AMC The Grove 14 in Los Angeles. There's the picture. Come on. There they are here. Wow, the kids, they've grown from last time that I saw some pictures. Wow. They have grown. That's nice. Okay, hoping it will be at my theater soon. On fire. Alright, let's go to the next one. I need to stop. I need to stop. I have what, 3 or 4 more? 2, 4, 4 more. Okay, Meghan always supporting Tracy. Let's see that one. Okay, Tracy and Collection at Meghan at a screening for Cooking Queens in LA wearing our new white Upper Village jeans. Shop now at TracyJamesCollection.com. Okay. Even though as she's showing, you know, supporting her own project, and she's still supporting her friends. Okay, great brand. There's more pictures. Love to see her this happy and sun kiss. That was extra but no comment. I like it for the fact. Next one. Full circle for former Girl Scout Meghan. The Duchess attended the Los Angeles screening of Cookie Queen at AMC The Grove 14, having grown up as a Girl Scout herself, with her mother, Doria Wagland, serving as her troop leader to executive producing this documentary. The picture. That's nice. Okay, there's that. There's that. There's the pictures. Okay, why are her pants? Okay. She said she crossed her legs, she moved around, her clothes were supposed to stay not wrinkled at all. It's unbelievable. Next tweet. People who hate Meghan and Harry aren't mad that they exploited Diana's memory. They all had to do extensive research to prove that Meghan photos were even taken at Althorpe. No, they're mad that Meghan is still married to Harry, that they've got Diana's grandchildren, and they still have access. Okay, they mad that she's thriving, that she's out and about, living what clearly a happy and fulfilled life, and mostly that she's not groveling for a return to that poisonous family. There's something I share on my community board. This will bring this to mind, where I think is some member of Israel saying that, let me go look at it. How did I put it? Where did I put it? This one, for instance. I said, oh, well, there you have it. But anyway, this is the thing. Anyone, oh yeah. Okay, the tweet was saying, anyone who criticizes Israel is our enemy. Okay, all this are in quote. We will track you with Google. We will find your vulnerabilities. We will get you fired. If you have a business, we will bankrupt you. There it is. There it is. It's right here in the United States. First, they say something about African American. Now they're coming about Americans. So I don't know what else can Americans see. Okay, this is why I say, oh well, there you have it. I want them, non-American Israelis, to continue talking to let us know who they are. I like her confidence. So that's that. This is what that remind me. Alright, they wanted Meghan to be in need of the institution. This is why they try. It's the same tactic, okay? Same tactic. When Meghan, what is it? They were trying to prevent her from getting her job. They didn't want to provide her with the need to sustain her in the UK, and they couldn't provide her with. They couldn't afford to have her over there.
Driving us out into the fields, asked about Meg. Not with great interest, just casually. Still, he didn't always ask, so I was pleased. She's good, thanks. Does she want to carry on working? Say again. Does she want to keep on acting? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I expect she'll want to be with me, doing the job, you know, which would rule out Suits, since they film in Toronto. I see. Well, darling boy, you know there's not enough money to go around. I stared. What was he banging on about? He explained, or tried to. I can't pay for anyone else. I'm already having to pay for your brother and Catherine. I flinched. Something about his use of the name Catherine. I remembered the time he and Camilla wanted Kate to change the spelling of her name because there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above. Charles and Camilla? It would be too confusing to have another. Make it Catherine with a K, they suggested. I wondered now what came of that suggestion. I turned to Willie, gave him a look that said, "You listening to this?" His face was blank. Pa didn't financially support Willie and me and our families out of any largesse. That was his job. That was the whole deal. We agreed to serve the monarch, go wherever we were sent, do whatever we were told, surrender our autonomy, keep our hands and feet inside the gilded cage at all times, and in exchange the keepers of the cage agreed to feed and clothe us. Was Pa, with all his millions from the hugely lucrative Duchy of Cornwall, trying to say that our captivity was starting to cost him a bit too much? Besides which, how much could it possibly cost to house and feed Meg? I wanted to say, she doesn't eat much, you know, and I'll ask her to make her own clothes, if you like. It was suddenly clear to me that this wasn't about money. Pa might have dreaded the rising cost of maintaining us, but what he really couldn't stomach was someone new dominating the monarchy, grabbing the limelight. Someone shiny and new coming in and overshadowing him, and Camilla. He'd lived through that before and had no interest in living through it again.
They were giving all sort of excuse to not support her. And now that she's doing her own thing, they sent their bat to speak negative of her about her thing. Okay? So it's pure evil that's talking here. Pure evil. So that's the rest. Let's move on. I need to finish. Next tweet. Baggage forgot, that's all. Meghan, as ever, new blackberry spread arrives tomorrow. Yum. Meet our newest pantry favorite, made with beautifully ripe blackberries for a rich, vibrant flavor and brings a little taste of the season to your table. Alright, so there's that. Yum. Next tweet, and I believe this is my last one. Yep, that's my last one. If there's anything new, I'll look for them later tonight. It's in her gene. Grandma, mother, daughter, all fearless. May God continue to protect them all. And wherever Princess Diana is, do what you have to do to protect them. This is the other grandmother, Meghan Markle's mother. You forgot to include her. She's showing pictures where they're diving. Does she have a picture of Miss Doria diving? The beautiful and serene Doria, whom Meghan is very proud of, and the grandparent whom Meghan and Harry allowed to help mold Prince Archie and Princess Littlebit. Alright, I decided to respond to this. Alright, I'm sure if she had a picture of Miss Doria diving, she would have put it. As you can see from the pic that was shared, the key or clue of the picture. Okay, the clue of the picture is diving. So what's your point? I love the fact that Miss Doria and Meghan never hide never hide their true selves. It's a nice picture of young Miss Doria, that one here. Alright, I think this was the last one. Okay, yeah, so that was the last one. Okay, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching.